Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Repentance, where today we are just gonna try to get some Tainted Lost progress, gonna try to beat the beast. We'll see how many attempts this takes. This will be attempt 1. Immediately, there is an item room to my right, just gonna use that holy card immediately. I'm just gonna skip it, I hope it works out. I'm a little tempted to then take the second item room. But it would be nice if we could get a nice planetarium item on our beast shenaniganry. Mostly gonna be looking for holy cards, money, pills that are not that. That's actually like so bad to the point that I'm tempted to just restart already. But who knows? Maybe we can make this work. That is so rough though. That is not what you want to see. But with this character, I tend to just try to get as much shenanigans going on as possible, and that also includes trying to get good pills and such. Probably gonna go for devil deals if they are decent enough at least. And would like to go into that room over there, but it kind of depends on what our options are here. Not much going on in terms of consumables, unfortunately, because there's no enemies anywhere on this floor. Pay to play in the map. I mean, I'm tempted by the bomb, just so we might be able to find our secret room. But even then, one bomb's just not that great, so we're just gonna see if the boss has anything good, I suppose. It is Baby Plum. Ordinarily would probably try not to attack him. That's a great way to lose that holy card. Yeah, this is a little bit of a predicament. This is about as bad of a start as you can get. I'm actually just gonna attack Little Plum, and if I die, I die. That'll just be that. You know what? That's okay. This was terrible. Let's just ignore that run ever happened. We'll just forget it. Let's move on. We no longer need to worry about that tears down pill. We already have more consumables than in the previous attempt. So far so good. And perhaps this time around, I don't know, like part of me says I should probably just go into the item room. Just because it is probably the safer way of doing things. But unfortunately you need a little bit more than safety with this character at times, since you do kind of need to get a build of some description going. And against the beast, I mean, that planetarium item can just be really good. 50% off can be fairly incredible as well. Tinted rocks aren't as interesting. I mean, you can get small rock, which is obviously really nice, but other than that, there's not that much good stuff in there. There's like more consumables that you would be able to get. And yeah, that's really about it. Should have thought about all these things more in advance, I suppose, but fair enough. I think I know where my secret room is at least, and I think it's above the shop, so if we could just get in there, that'd be lovely. I might try to kill this one sort of near these pots, so the bombs would then hopefully... I was kind of hoping that was the last hit, but I miscounted. That's the fun thing about champions. Numbers are hard. There you go. Well, we got 3 of the pots. Got nothing out of them, but still, it's a couple of pots destroyed for free, so I can take that. The item room is a thin room, so there's no secret room adjacent to it, so fortunately it is indeed over there. There could be 5 coins in that shopkeeper, and then we'd need exactly 1 more coin to try and... oh, that won't work. We need 1 more coin after that, which we might be able to get out of a poop. No? But then we'd be able to get 50% off, and that would actually just be really nice, because getting all those extra things would be pretty great. There is, of course, the shopkeeper still waiting for us in the secret room as well. We have enough bombs to blow both of them up. Oh, wait, we already blew that one. Counting is hard, y'all. Don't worry about it. Let's see if we actually even get anything from this. We do. So we did get another coin. We might be able to get a coin out of this. And there might be one in the super secret room, but I don't know where that is. So, yeah, that's just really unfortunate. Ah, well. Maybe we can get Pageant Boy or something in the boss room. There is the Duke of Flies. That's okay. It's arguably a significantly easier boss than Lil Plum, especially if Lil Plum is getting assistance by Dogfighter, so that does work out. This character does deal decent damage, but not quite enough to kill these flies in one hit, unfortunately. If we had a small rock, obviously we could, so it might have been worthwhile to at least check. the thing there, but yeah, don't worry about it. That's 5 random cards. 2 holy cards, an ace of diamonds. Full. I mean, I kind of want to keep the holy card for safekeeping there, but we'll actually throw all these full cards over here. And then just use that ace of diamonds. I guess I only really need 1 holy card since I can't actually physically hold 2 of them. So I'll just take the other one. I'll keep the poop trinket since I think that's going to be fairly good. Turn all of these into coins and that should give us 50% off, so that's wonderful. It's genuinely no idea where my super secret room is. Like, it could be over... No, it cannot actually be... yeah, there's no way I can hit that and the tinted rock at the same time. Was definitely hoping for a small rock, but fair enough. But I will take this and be on my way. Just having a little bit of a think if there's anything else I want to do on this floor. I mean, I could have used the full card to go into my curse room, actually. Oh, yeah, that was one other thing I wanted to do, which is going to the secret room one more time to get that trinket that dropped from the little mushroom. Because if... should have kept the poop trinket in the boss room. But if we can get the correct key at the end from a trinket that is in this room, then that would just be lovely. Because if we don't have a holy card, then that's a pretty good alternative. Just because it allows you to get the inner child item, which is effectively a revive, and that's just really nice to have during the dogma and beast fights. So hopefully that's gonna work out. I'm hoping our devil deal is just gonna be incredible. And if not, then the subsequent angel room, maybe if we can get one of those, we'll see about that. Arguably the better choice is to take the alternative path, just because you have a little bit more item choice. That's a very quick planetarium. I will happily take that. Build a massive tier bonus. It's not terrible, but I'm not like super excited by it either. I do like that we at least have a planetarium this early on though, because it means we can just go into every other item from this point out, so that's obviously just wonderful. Money I might actually take, but I might re-roll the pill. Just because the items are going to cost 7 coins now, so just getting anything is pretty nice. It's a 2, so it will just re-roll the consumables in the room, unfortunately, but that's fair enough. I'm just going to see if I can re-roll that planetarium item, even though I most likely will not be able to. It's not a bad planetarium item out of all the choices, but there is also stuff like Terra, which I would really appreciate. Would make life a little bit simpler at least. There is Mars, which I would hate, so that would be pretty fun. So, you know, there's some options. I guess I should consider if it's worth re-rolling, just because there is stuff like Terra, and whichever one is the one that freezes enemies, but then there's also the ones that just ruin your day, like Mars or Jupiter and stuff like that. So it's like, maybe I should just get it. maybe I shouldn't worry about it too much. And instead just grab Neptune, because it is honestly a pretty effective way to clear, especially these early rooms, but just having like a barrage of tiers available most days is just quite nice. I'm hoping I can get something that works with an item like this as well, but we'll see. We can at least go into the item room. I'd really like to have something that allows me to hold more cards, just for safety's sake. I wouldn't mind card generation either, like the pack of cards and stuff like that. That'll be lovely. This actually works really well with Neptune, I feel, just because we are going to be shooting so many tiers that hopefully that's actually going to lead to some pretty decent times here. So, not too bad, all things considered. I do want to visit that shop, but I need a key. And there might be a secret room next to the shop right there. I was kind of hoping it would be here, just because there would be 3 rooms next to each other, but that's unfortunately not always the case, and this rock is blocking it, so I cannot be there. Nice thing about being Tainted Lost is the early flight, of course, so it does allow for some safe strategies as well. Yeah, there's a bunch of places where the secret room could be, and none of them are great. This is also apparently the biggest roof floor of any basement ever, so at least we're going to get a whole bunch of consumables. We could just get another key. That was just really strong. Cannot be avoided sometimes, these enemies, unfortunately. And today is one of those days. I did a bunch of practice runs with this character lately, and I have gotten to the beast at least somewhat consistently. At least to the point where I would be like, well, I guess I should probably at least try to record this now, because I do need to just get it out of the way at some point, you know, but it's a tricksy one for sure. This is also a character where I don't... Oh my god, please. This is also a character where, I had a point to make and then I got tears down again, and that really just threw me off guard. Either way, it's a character that's stinky. That's more or less just the entire description of what this character is, and I would like to get some progress with it every now and then at least. Let's see if we can blow up in here, that'd be lovely. Nope. Okay. That somewhat limits the possibilities. I guess it could be underneath the dice room. Yeah, that actually seems fairly plausible. If it is over here. Yeah. Could have saved some keys. Whoops. Oh well. What can you do? We might technically be able to get another Steam cell from that shopkeeper, but I'm not going to bother with it too much. We're just gonna keep going. This is fine. I'm just happy we can enter item rooms again, if I'm being honest. At least it gives me an idea where this run is going from an early point, but I kind of want to visit those shops, you know, especially with Steam sale. They're so valuable, and they have a lot of card-based items in there. Occasionally you can just buy a holy card in one of those places, so there's obviously a lot of good times to be had over there. I might be able to get some more consumables just by letting Larry just poop around for a while. And I'm not even, like, super opposed to the idea. Especially with this poop trinket as well. It does make it a lot more tempting for sure. But I do get bored fairly quickly, so there is that unfortunate happenstance right there. That's even more money. Oh my god, that's so much money. Look at that. I really need to get myself into these shops because this is ridiculous. That's not bad. Both of these are not bad, if I'm being honest. I think I prefer the Belial tiers out of the two. I also didn't know this wasn't actually part of Conjoin, but fair enough, I suppose. This is decent damage at least, so that's good. I don't know exactly where my super secret room is, so I'm just gonna keep going, I think. I'm fairly sure it couldn't be next to the shop, but I am just gonna check that out one more time, because if it can be next to the shop, I at least want to try once. And with the next to the shop, I mean the room underneath it, but there is at least like some chance of a key in there, you know, and it's like, it's not there. That's a shame. Simultaneously, there's plenty of super secret rooms that are just garbage, so I guess it's not like the end of the world that I can't check for it right now, but I'd really like to find it, you know? Alright. I mean, I'm just gonna give this one some money, I suppose. It does occasionally give consumables, and I do have enough money to at least try this. That's okay, actually. That at least prevents any more tears down pills from happening. Oh, should have done that sooner, but I kind of just hoped, like, I genuinely would have expected it to be here or somewhere else, but that room just kind of worked out in terms of location and the room layout and blah, 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 blah. It also just needs to be, like, a certain distance in between the starting room and the shop and the boss room, and if it's that... If the shop's all the way over there and the boss room is all the way on the other side, then technically there's blah 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 blah, but you get the idea. There's a lot of reasons why it wasn't a terrible decision to try that room in particular. is the main point I'm trying to make. But even I get bored of that story as I'm trying to tell it. So, you know, just take my word for it. It was a good choice. Let's go into this shop now. That's Mr. Me. Which is not terrible. I'm not sure if getting this baby was a good idea, actually, because there are some of those babies that don't quite work great with you, and I don't know if that's going to be a bad idea. I'm also just going to do this because I kind of want to see if I can get a devil deal. If I don't get a devil deal from this, then it's also just a little bit more tempting to try and... One moment. I think the other baby is shrinking enemies. It's a little bit more tempting to blow up shopkeepers, and I don't really want to do that if I do get a devil deal out of this. For obvious reasons, because then I'd rather just have increased chances for the next floor. Unfortunately, didn't get that. We did get something's wrong, and I can see forever. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I'll happily take that. I think if I step on one of these enemies when they're shrunk, I can just destroy them, but I'm scared to do that as this character. The sacrifice room could be interesting if we find like Soul of the Forgotten or something like that, because then you can use it like 6 times, and that also can lead to a Devil Deal teleport. But now I'm talking about forbidden strategies. They're very useful to know about in very specific situations, and I don't actually have the required item or rune or whatever yet to even really be considering that kind of stuff. But right now with this character, it does help. It does help to just think about as far ahead as you can feasibly muster, because it's just so much. There is no way this is viable. Okay, so the thing we unlocked with Tainted Eden the other day was corrupted data. And that occasionally, very occasionally, turns a secret room item into a glitch item, like the one in the Delete This challenge. So it's an item that we don't know what it does. But it's very tempting to try and grab it, just because it could be interesting, you know? But at the same time, it can just kill me, and that's not ideal. Oh, but I'm so tempted, just because I've never actually seen it happen before. Like, it's more likely that that happens in an IMR room or something like that, so it's already rare to see this in a secret room. Like, it's a very uncommon occurrence, so that alone makes it a little bit more tempting to go for it. But there is that knowledge of it can just kill you. I kinda have to, though. There's a decent chance that I'm never gonna see it again, and that alone is something to keep in mind. I think earlier I went on to a tangent, and I don't really want to do Mega Satan with this character, just because the unlock for it is rough with this character from that point on. Yeah, that's good stuff. I don't know what that did. I don't know if that's a benefit to me or not. It was very unclear if that even did anything. But we're gonna find out together, I suppose, somewhere in this run. That's marked tears, please. I'm concerned about that, but we'll see what that ends up meaning as we move along, I suppose. Oh god, I should blow up the shopkeeper at least, because I wouldn't mind that extra Devil Deal chance. But yeah, doing Mega Satan as this character unlocks haunted chests, and I find them a little difficult to tell apart from regular ones, but they're chests with a little ghost inside them that starts attacking you when you get close to it, and I don't want that while I'm still having to play as this character. This is not great. It's not my favorite boss in the world. I'm not great at it. I cannot see the shadows very well, and I don't care for it. I don't care for any of this. Oh god. And then you have attacks like these as well. It's just a scary time for everyone involved, especially me. Ah, there you go. That's the holy card gone. There's perfection, which at this point I'm not too against, I suppose. The poop trinket's alright, but it's probably not going to do as much. I'm happy about the Devil Deal, I suppose. Do I want the controllable tears at all? It does usually just confuse me. At the same time, I kind of want to see if this works out. Yeah. I mean, we gotta make do with what we got here. I still haven't actually seen that one thing activate, and that concerns me a little. That glitch item is in the background just sitting around, and I haven't seen any effect of it at all. And maybe it just doesn't do anything, you know? It's not impossible for sure, but it is in the back of my mind. And this is at least causing a bit of an interesting set of chaos. Plus, with controllable tears, I do have a little bit more like control in terms of diagonal shooting, and that's pretty nice. It gives you a little bit more options for sure, but it is a scary situation. I'll destroy this because there might be a card inside, and the card might be a holy card. The card is a Hierophant. That is not what you want to see. Neither is that, really, but you know, Fair enough. I'm tempted by Binky. I might get that actually because it is extra tier. It just means that I have to do some bosses, and I'm a little worried about doing bosses right now due to the whole me not having any defense situation, and I'm going to die in one hit. That kind of puts me off of the whole idea. I'm hoping that this increased luck is going to get me some good stuff at least. This is just a great room. I mean, I will... yeah, I'm just going to blow you up. I could wait until I've gotten through all the red chests of the floor. It's probably the better choice in the end. Getting those extra keys is actually pretty nice as well, so that's good. It is just shooting such a barrage of tears at enemies as well. This could be interesting, actually. Just because I know we're not going to get bad pills anymore due to the thing. Yeah, I might keep this, actually. It does limit our choices for devil deals, which I don't love. But I might, I'm gonna have a little think about this, because I think I might just go back for Mr. Me, but just before we do the boss, and then just deal with that. I could just put everything inside the moving box as well. What floor am I on? Caves 2. Yeah? I suppose. Can I have some more consumables, please? It's the only thing that I want and acquire. Tears up, very nice. Hanged Man card, not the card I want. What's this? Unidentified. Shot speed. I don't know. I should blow up the shopkeeper at least, but other than that, I don't know. I would like a holy card. That's really the main thing that I would like to have. That's the only thing that's on my mind. I kind of wanted to destroy those mushrooms as well, but I don't really have the bombs for it. Yeah, the diagonal shooting is kind of nice at least, especially with this character since you can just sort of shoot through walls and these things as well. Like the inherent spectral tears situation that you get as this character is just quite nice because we can do rooms like this just a lot safer. But ultimately, that's not going to do a whole lot for me in the late game, unfortunately. And that is something I don't care about too much. But fair enough. That nearly went wrong. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. 45% chance of a devil deal, that's not bad odds. If we can get 2 more items out of it because of Mr. Me, then obviously that's really nice. Don't be mean, troll bombs. Great room. Not the worst when you have flight for sure. And enemies die fairly quickly. Oh god. That could have been death if I went into the cursed room there. That's exciting. At least it's good to know which one that one is, I suppose. I'm gonna look for my secret room just because I have so many bombs now. Haven't found it already, right? No. It could be next to the curse room, and that would obviously be really nice, and that's why I'm not expecting it to be there. No. No. No, I cannot actually be next to the curse room. Fair enough. We have tried both of these. We've tried above the shopkeeper in the shop, so it's not there. It could be here, I guess, as well. Yeah, this is a cool floor layout. Really gives you a lot of options. Jeez. A lot of options, and none of them are like, yeah, here it is. That's unfortunate. It does kill enemies very quickly, this build, right now at least. It is going to deteriorate the further we get into this run, but right now it's working. Have I tried next to the arcade room? Is that the only place I haven't tried yet? I think that might be the only place I haven't tried, thinking about it. Genuinely don't know why I went back in here. I don't really have a good reason. Probably just wanted to check something out and just went for it. I will just grab Mr. Me. Because I think that's just going to be ending up being fairly useful. There it is. Look at that treasure. Very nice. Very good. Very useful. Yeah, alright. Let's see if we can, maybe we can get a good devil deal again. We could get a couple in a row, that'd be lovely. We could just get Krampus and then we'd have Krampus out of the way. I think that glitch item might actually just genuinely do nothing, which is surprising. Fair enough, I suppose. Don't get hit by the flames or the bombs. Really just trying to charge up these tiers as much as possible. He's almost dead already, so that's good. Yeah, there you go. No devil deal. Do I want more pills? I don't know. Kinda. It's not the worst, but that's all that can really be said about it. I could get Binky. I'm just gonna move on. I probably should have gotten Binky. I probably should have taken the pill thing. Don't worry about it. I could have probably used the moving box just in case. Because I guess that way... Yeah, moving box would have been the play, actually, thinking about it. Because at least with the moving box, I would have had a lot of options. Especially if we find like a reroll machine. Ah, well. It's probably fine. Yeah, we don't need more things. We already got so many things. Who could possibly need more things than the things we have currently? It's ridiculous. It's asking for too much. Very nice. Another improvement in our devil deal chances. Lovely. I do need to also remember the item room in basement 1, but quite frankly, at the rate things are going, I'd be surprised if we reach the ascent right now, but that's just mostly because I haven't had a holy card in a year, and that concerns me for the remainder of the run. And I'd like to resolve that. That could be good. It gave us a lot more tier rate for this floor. It could also ruin our day, I'm fairly sure, but I don't recall how. So that's not great. It's not great is what it is. Alright, bunch of pills. Friends still... I should just use all of these, I suppose.
Friends till the end.
Just gonna get a fair amount out of there. Bad gross. It would be cool if you slept in the bed and it just gave you a shield. I haven't tried that. I don't know if that's already a thing. I've never thought about it until this very moment in my life, but it would just be really neat if that was a mechanic. It would certainly simplify certain aspects. That's my Omega. Should I just do boss rush? Because there's no reason not to. I mean, obviously not right now, but... yeah. I'll come back to you. That's actually... that's a little tempting. If we can get boss rush out of the way, it's at least progress, you know? That counts for something. Doing boss rush with no defense, that's... it's a guaranteed win right there. What could possibly go wrong? Absolutely nothing. Ay. Like, we're getting reasonably nice floors so far, and that's good. I haven't walked into a random spike yet, which is surprising. The troll bombs somehow haven't killed me yet. Like, there's a lot of things that have happened, which I'm surprised everything has worked out as well as it has. But I'd still kind of like to try boss rush if we have the option. Oh, God. I don't like this at all. I'm actually just gonna... no. Absolutely not. That's a terrible room. I don't want to deal with any of that nonsense right there. I do feel like that's becoming my catchphrase at this point. Like, I don't want to deal with any of this. I just want to just have a nice run. Just want to have a chill time. Don't worry me with these weird rooms where I have to actually play the game properly. And admittedly, there have been a lot of rooms so far. I'm a little tempted to go into my curse room with this full card. It's not like I'm going to use a full card for anything else on this floor, and I'll get a new one on the next one. Ah, good. One red chest. Very good, maybe. Hematemesis. Ah, that's okay. Given that I have 0 bombs left, I actually don't hate that too much. Oh, God. I forgot I had controllable tears for a moment there. Just genuinely left my mind for a moment. Fair enough. Golden chest, not too interested. 2 troll bombs I'm not too interested in. I don't like... Let's go walk towards the shop for a moment. Oh, yeah. That's the regular secret room. No super secret room next to the shop this time around. Fair enough. Oh, God. I should probably destroy those skeletons next to the skulls at least, so I can maybe get another holy card. That's the only thing I would really like right now. I if Mariah Carey sang a Isaac-themed Christmas song specifically about the lost is living situation, then it would definitely mention the holy card, is all I'm saying. There we go. Another red chest, very cool. Oh, they have a lot of keys. Don't hate it. I don't like that chest right there. But, yeah. We can make this work. Maybe, if you're not being too mean about it. Alright, so hopefully we get a devil deal. Hopefully I can use a Mr. Me to get whatever's in there. And then we can go back for the Mama Mega. Or we just die to bloat. That's also just a solid option. But that actually went very quickly. Fair enough. Range up. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Please. Get out of here. Useless mechanics. Alright, well, fine. I'm probably just gonna use Momo Mega from the get-go on the next floor to just destroy everything. Hopefully that doesn't end up killing me. This is really rough. This is a really rough time. Is this actually part of a transformation? No, it's not actually. You ever look at the donation machine as Tainted Lost and you're genuinely just for a moment tempted to just put your money in there so the next run might have some benefits out of it? Because right now, that is what's going through my mind. Ay, this is a mess of a run, but I mean, it's going. It is going. It certainly is going. I don't know how good of an idea this is, but I'm just gonna do it. I'm hoping it works out. I'm hoping there's not like a random mushroom somewhere that just ends up destroying me the moment I go into a room. Which is really what I'm expecting, but I'd really appreciate it if the game could just chill out, you know? Right. I guess. This at least increases my chances of something good happening here. Bible, not terrible. BFF, also not terrible. It's getting really expensive and I'm not really getting things that I want. Still really like some way to generate cards. Or just a holy card anywhere during this run, but yeah. Okay. No, that's 2 golden coins. I guess we're gonna be in this room for a while. I wouldn't mind just buying as much stuff as possible to see if we can get like a decent chop item. The Bible's at least good because it kills Mom, you know, and it's one less fight to do. It's part of the Bookworm transformation, that's also just lovely. Another golden chest, that's some more tier 8. Golden key would be nice actually. Right, I guess that is also a bit of an issue with Mama Mega, that I cannot actually play those machines, and those would actually be pretty good right now. Given the whole situation. Yeah. Let's just go and re-enter this room a couple times, just to play it as safe as can be. Maybe like the trinket that opens that door, that'll be kind of neat. I kind of want to have all of this, but I'm a little concerned about this room. I was worried about a troll bomb. At least Deep Pockets is giving us some money, so that's good. That's some decent extra damage. Can't believe I haven't seen a single holy card yet. That actually, it's not blowing my mind particularly, it's just irritating. Just not happy about it, is the thing. Like, we have a decent build going on here, but the lack of defense is concerning me. I'd really just like a little bit of defense. Even with every skull we've destroyed, none of them have dropped a card. They've all dropped just enemies. There's Krampus. At least we don't have to worry about that anymore. So that's good. Means that our devil deal is irrelevant, so using Mama Mega from the get-go is not immediately the worst thing in the world either. If only due to the fact that it's relevant. Alright, that room. I kind of want to get that coin, but I don't know. I guess that room's pretty much entirely safe if you just play it right, but ugh. Full card, right? Need that. I mean, it could be a holy card, and genuinely that's the only thought process I have about that right now. It is the full question mark. Having a thought, having some thinking time about that one. Did that full card just turn into a bomb? Did that glitch item finally do something? It took the entire run. There it is. It changes consumables. Fair enough, I suppose. Just not how you want to figure that out. 0 holy cards. Just gorgeous. All right. It's not ideal, but fair enough, I suppose. Card that charges us nothing. We did it! Alright, what we got? We got Sharp Straw, we got Mongo Baby, we got Robo Baby, and we got Telepathy for Dummies. I'm just gonna give it a shot. You know what? If we die, we die. It's all good. We're just gonna give it a shot. Hopefully some of these enemies are just nice enough to drop a random holy card. That's like a thing that happens in this video game. That one dying to a random explosion is more likely though at the end of the day. What boss was that? It was Peep. We're dealing with you first. Very, very carefully. The other boss apparently just died to piercing shots at some point during that, so that's good. That's great. That's the boss you want to see, the one that drops a whole bunch of tears all over the place. Please. I think it's like Lil Horn, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah it is. It's Lil Horn that's somewhere out there, very nice. No worries. I'm holding my hand on the holy card in case, or the full card rather, in case we just get like near death. Oh, you slimy bastard. We're good, we're fine, we're good. We only need to do this once. There is a Eternal Heart there, so that's cool. That's also great. Great boss. A lot of flames spinning around, but at least the range of them are not that great. And at least I can attack diagonally, so I do have that bonus going on. That's Pin. That's a little bit of Brimstone for breakfast. Where's the other one gone? Larry Jr. and who else? I don't know who else. Oh, good. An enemy spawner that spawns difficult to see enemies. Very nice. It's just really hard to see spiders on this floor. That's not good. That's not good. Terrible. Terrible run. I mean, the build was fine. We got pretty far in the boss rush, but I would like to see one holy card in the run, and we just didn't see one at all. So, restart. Let's go again. Maybe this time we can get any sort of defense going on. We'll see. It's obviously not guaranteed. I'm gonna miss that build, unfortunately, a little bit, because it did work. It was fairly effective. It just needed like a little bit of defense, and that's the only thing we didn't get during that entire thing. And that's a shame. I mean, boss rush might have been a bit optimistic in general, but I feel like without any holy cards, it's so difficult to get that last part going. The ascent is just rough. if you have no defense, because there are just some enemies that explode into so many tiers, and that just, it can go wrong so quickly. So I wasn't exactly looking forward to the Ascent without any holy cards either, so I figured I might as well try, but it's just a little frustrating when it goes that wrong, innit? If we can get 15 coins and at least we can get that candle, that would be really nice. I probably need to get a bomb to get into the secret room that's probably up here. But for now, just move on. The donation machine can still be destroyed as well, and that is a thing that's probably going to repeatedly happen with this character because it's a good way to get some coins in it. It's not enough to get an item usually, but it's a good way to get some coins at least. There we go. It used to also be that you could just D1 the holy card if you got a D1, but that's no longer an option anymore either. You can still get the blank card at least, so you can make that work. But it's just not perfect because blank card barely shows up anymore in the video game. And that's just not ideal. There's a regular spider, but fortunately the boss died. To their own hubris, we didn't really get anything this floor, so yeah, fair enough. I mean, there could be bombs in my item room, but I will just skip one. I think I'm just gonna stick to skipping one and then get everything else. Just to at least get like a build going. We get a 20% chance of a planetarium, which is obviously not great, but it'll do. It'll allow us at least a bit more leniency for the remainder of the floors, and that's kind of nice. Admittedly, if we can get a dream catcher or something like that, then that might be more ideal. Just because it allows us to tell whether or not we can go into the item room. If we can get a glowing hourglass, actually, that'd be lovely. Did get another bomb for a trinket, so that's good. So I guess we have Curse the Maze, which I was not aware of, but I'll take it. Also getting a stapler early on is just really nice. It does simplify a lot of things. There's a holy card just randomly hanging out. You do have higher chances with this character that they just show up, so very nice. We actually have already gotten more holy cards this run than the entire previous run that went all the way to the boss rush. So, you know, good stuff. Sometimes they just hang out in the middle of a room. I need to get that fool's gold. I don't really know why I didn't blow it up, but I guess I wanted to see if I could get a couple more bombs first, but realistically speaking, I probably will. I might have to re-enter the room a couple times because I think... No, it's right here. I thought it would teleport it away or something, but it didn't. Not any replacement bombs, unfortunately, but we did get 15 coins, so entering our shop has become valuable. So that's wonderful. There is a boss challenge room right there, which is genuinely quite tempting with this character because there's frequently decent things, and I would count that a decent thing. Especially on basement, the bosses aren't too bad usually, provided they work with you at least a little bit, and oftentimes they do. Don't like this room. But with flight, you do get a little bit more options with those rocks at least, so that's fine. Child's Heart, we could put that in the boss room. That's pretty good. I mean, you do get decent items as this character, usually at least, so that's nice. Yeah, this might actually be worthwhile just because you get that extra boss item. We're not going to the womb. Yeah, I'm just gonna get it. I'll just use it on Caves 1, and that way we can get a little bit more going on. We cannot currently enter that dice room. We can maybe enter our secret room. There we are. Very cool. Very nice. Okay, let's just check out the devil deal first. Then I might go to the challenge room afterwards. With one syringe already being in a boss challenge room, I'm feeling pretty okay with maybe getting spun as well. That'd be lovely. Obviously not guaranteed, but still it would be nice. Let's just blow both of you up. I don't got no money. I don't got nothing from that. Jeez. Fair enough. Gurglings, but not great I mean, it's the ones that don't really do much. They don't like spawn enemies, so that's at least something nice. And you get these rocks to hang over, so that's about as nice as they get, realistically speaking. I mean... yeah. Let's do it. Maybe we'll see an angel room. Oof. That's rough. That's not what you want to see. That wasn't the boss room item you wanted to see. That wasn't the devil deal that you want to see. But yeah, fair enough. Not even for free. That's how good that item was. That's okay. I mean, with the Spore Shot, we at least have some decent damage against these bosses, and it does just work against everything else. If we can just get some tier rate, then we're pretty much good. Then we at least have like a build already. That's a nice thing with this character, that you get those higher quality items usually, because they can lead to slightly more interesting times, and that's just lovely. I guess we did find one holy card that previous run, didn't we? I'm trying to think back to how that previous run actually went, and I think there was actually one holy card during all of that. That I used pretty early, because I just ran into an enemy, but maybe I'm misremembering. It's hard to tell. There's a lot of runs being done with this game, and then you get your runs mixed up when you try to think about them afterwards. But fair enough. It does not matter. The run is over. We are on to the new one. Definitely didn't almost walk into those red poops. Don't worry about it. Do not fear. It was all planned. It was all planned. Let's just get that. Extra speed up, not too bad for 15 coins. I don't know if that's not too bad, but especially since we currently have 0 coins, but I don't know. Speed up's just nice. I might just blow up that. Actually, I'm gonna see if there's more arcade machines somewhere on this floor. And maybe that way we can get just a little bit more money that way without spending all of my 2 bombs. I will also just blow up every flame, I suppose, just because it's probably a good idea. I guess we could just try to mostly focus on boss rush, and if we complete that, just call it a day as well. But I don't want to play quick as this character. I feel like Mama Mega is just such a great way to try and at least attempt boss rush. Because trying to go quick with this character is just such a nightmare, but getting Mama Mega consistently is not exactly in the cards, unfortunately. That is not great. But at least it gives us a vague sense of options, I suppose. Plus, I guess with stuff like this, it's pretty good. During Larry Jr. specifically, it is not the worst item in the game. But also not quite what I'm looking for. You played that real close to me. Poison pretty much took care of that mushroom. I shot him, I think, exactly once. So all in all, I can't really complain about that one. I'd love some more keys, really. There you go. I'd love 100,000 good items as well, but I'm happy with at least a key. I suppose if I don't ask for too much, then there is a decent chance I might actually get it. But it never hurts to at least try for a goof. And see if we can just suddenly get 1,000,000 good items instead. Alright, let's go destroy Shopkeeper, let's find a secret room, let's open that golden chest for maybe a bit of tier 8. Or money. I'll take money, actually. Spending 1 key on a bunch of money and 2 bombs is not a terrible deal. This room is a terrible deal. But I do want to destroy all these little flames in case there's just randomly a nickel or something in there. You never know. 1 red chest doesn't seem worth the time. And then finally we have the curse room. Very cool. And a bomb. I do not know where my secret room is. It's in an awkward spot somewhere and I don't like it. I mean, it could be like over here, I guess. We have 7 bombs left. I guess we could try a couple places, but none of them are like exactly guaranteed. Yeah, that one would have been nice. That's pretty good. That is one of them good items that you like to have. Everything else in there I'm not too excited about, but that one's pretty nice. Maybe, I guess I could just try the room with the arcade machine. Maybe there's a secret room in there. That doesn't seem likely with where it is in the map at all. I mean, it could be a super secret room, I guess, but that's about it. That was a risky key spendage. Given that I had 1 exactly, but it worked out, it worked out. Did we try that one? Yeah, we did. Did we try that one? Yes, we did. Did we try this one? You know what? We're done. Even though at this point, we've tried so many walls that realistically, the odds of getting the right one at this stage are probably pretty high. I say that. Fail immediately. Well, I actually genuinely don't know where it is. This is wild. Because we tried that one, right? We tried on the left, yeah. And above the shop, yeah. And above over here, yeah. And then not quite here, I suppose. Oh, sausage. It was actually worth. That is a stat up on everything, including Devil Deal chance and Angel Room chance, so that's obviously pretty neat. It did cost me pretty much all my bombs, but you know, fair enough. Let's get... I'm not even gonna buy another bomb, let's just move on. Sausage is at least pretty good, you know? I'm not too dissatisfied with that. Fallen's not a terrible boss if we don't take damage. If we do take damage, then I'm gonna be sad. But it's a pretty okay deal. One of them has so many explosions on. Very nice. Very good. Yeah. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna keep moving on, I guess. I'm hoping that really high luck makes that mushroom explodey thing happen a lot, but I'm not sure if that's how it works. That's not great. That's better. It's almost a bookworm transformation. I guess I might as well just use this twice. I think if I use it 4 times, it gives you all I can see forever every time, right? So, obviously that would be pretty lovely. Because that would be neat. I can't tell if it happens more frequently with high luck. I genuinely cannot. There was also a tinted rock on the previous floor. I didn't point it out, but it was next to the item room, I think. But my bomb count was getting so low that I didn't really want to bother with it. The reason why I'm pointing it out now is because I suddenly remembered it. And I genuinely forgot for a minute. I don't care for it. I mean, eye drops are fine. They're not, like, amazing. Not quite what I'm looking for right now. I might come back for this. Genuinely a little tempted. Don't like this combination of enemies in this room. But it's working out. I think if I use the item 2 more times, then secret room should open, right? I could just get like another battery, that'd be neat. I think the next one's gonna be like the compass effect. Yep. And then after that, the rooms should open. Justice. What was that? Death. Ah, yeah, sure. I'll use that on a room. Not sure which one, apparently, because there's no more enemies on this floor, but I'll take that. That was dangerous. If that was a bad chest, I would have taken damage. Many trinkets this run, but... yeah. I don't think I'm going to go back for that poop trinket. It's a lot of work for a little bit of extra money. I mean, it's obviously the min-max strat to get as much as possible from those poops in that room specifically, but that's really about it. Do we have enough rooms available to actually use this item one more time? I'm actually not sure. So with all the enemies, or all the rooms that didn't have enemies inside them, it's getting pretty close. I don't love Lil Loki. It's also not part of Conjoin, so you know what? Akeldama is okay. It's not terrible. Also, the fact that we got enemies in our item room means we actually might have enough rooms to recharge our book one more time, so that's lovely. There's another friend. I call him Angel Room Chance. And I love him. That's actually pretty good. Birthright on this character is just an extra life, and it kills pretty much everyone in every room. Well, that room that you're currently in, so... it has some decent purposes, for sure. Don't mind that. We also didn't get another enemy, but that's fine because we can kill the boss, and that should charge our book, and then we can use that to enter our secret rooms and things. Without having to spend one of our 2 bombs. Even though I know where they... Jesus. That was so stupid. Didn't expect them to come from there, if I'm being honest. That one's... okay. Yeah, okay. Now I'm getting into the zone where I cannot actually believe this is happening. Oh my goodness. That's very frustrating. I mean, I guess I'll take it just because it brings us closer to Conjoined. But that was a great use of 2 holy cards on one boss. It really didn't deserve them. That was not how I had planned this. Because now we're back in the danger zone, and I actually have to try again. It's just very frustrating. There is a card in my shop. It's not a holy card, but it might be something useful. There is still a secret room with a spade inside. Very nice. Oh, God. Not happy about this. Not happy about this in the slightest. Should I get eye drops? I don't think so. I could get those petrified poop things, but I'm not gonna bother. Oof, that caught me off guard. Not happy about that. I guess I'm gonna get this as well. Oh, that's a very late golden key. Mostly got that in the hope that it would have a holy card inside, which I think is technically possible. And that is all that can be said about that, I suppose. That is a golden coin? Yeah. I guess it was worthwhile to destroy the poops, I guess. I guess there was a poop trinket in the room and I just left all those poops alone the entire time, but I guess it was fine. I guess it was the right choice to do it, especially when this golden poop just gives me 1,000,000 billion coins. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, well, we're one part away from conjoined, so that's good, because we have a lot of, we have some decent tier effects. We're also one hit away from death, which is not ideal. Also, this is Curse of the Labyrinth, which is not great. Because that significantly lowers our chances for another devil deal, unfortunately. Come on. Come on. There you go. That's something I kind of want, but not like a whole lot. What a cool room that is. It's a good thing I was mildly prepared for it, but jeez. Calm down. My tier rate's pretty rough. I mean, I could have gone for eye drops, I guess, and that one's on me, but everything else. There hasn't been a lot of... I don't know. Why? I don't like this room very much. It has a lot of tears all the time. I had Birthright, right. That is not a good use of Birthright, but... oh, God, please, be nice. I guess I'm just gonna start risking things, because I am running out of options here. Birthright was pretty much the option that I still had left, but if you get a room like that, like, what do you do? With a build that's just not shooting very much. If we had high tier rate, this build would have been amazing, but we have nothing. We just have a lot of nothing, unfortunately, and that's just not working out. Ay, ay, ay. Oh well. We're just gonna keep trying. We're not done with the run yet. It's all about doing your best at the end of the day. This is the character where I expected to get the most deaths on as well, so, I mean, it's going effectively as expected. It's just not good. It's just not how I hoped this would have gone. There are trinkets that give you a holy mantle effect at the start of every floor. That would have been lovely. That's a lot of... that's a big floor right there. It is XL after all. Oh my god. It's just not what you want to see, you know? I mean, we're gonna get one more shop on the next floor. I don't know if we can get... I think we can still get Super Greed, so that's obviously not great. I guess since we... let me have a think carefully. Since we... you know what? I'll get back to this. Since we have an Excel floor... there we go. I finally got my thought train back on the rails. I can at least use the book plenty of times so we can find our secret rooms more easily without having to spend things on it. Common Cold or Little Brimstone, one is conjoined, so... Common Cold, honestly tempting, but I need them extra tiers, I think. I need a little bit of homing now, but that's... it's at least something. Kind of want to use this death card as well, just because I need to get that full card, and I don't really want to go through that room with all the spiky rocks inside it that much. So, you know, let's just get this, so we do not forget. And then we're just gonna use the doors to reset these rocks over and over, so we don't need to worry about them anymore. We're fine, we're good. That is Degas. Well, I can't unfortunately get rid of the Curse of the XL. Oh my... Yeah, that's this character. Alright. Attempt 4? I think that's attempt 4. And we're starting right now. Very nice, very good. Maybe we can get like a thing. That would help. Maybe we can get like 2 things. I would like to have at least 2 things with this character. So far, we've gotten a lot of 1 thing runs. We've gotten a lot of damage, but then just no defense. Or, we've gotten a lot of potential damage if we had tier 8. With a decent amount of defense that I then just flushed through the window. I flushed it through the window because... yeah, it just went all a bit wrong. I'm just gonna go with the item rooms immediately. Evil Eye is not like a great start, but it is... Again, with high tier rate and luck, I think it does become fairly effective later on. So it has potential to become good. But I'd love to see it with just a little bit more stuff. I'm still a little bit in 2 minds about whether or not to go for Angel Rooms or Devil Deals. Also, this is just the worst room in the world when you have no build. Evil Eye also just doesn't do that much early on in the run, which is unfortunate, because even if you get those tiers, they just don't do that much damage. Moving box, I guess. I'm just going to take the moving box, because I think it might actually end up being worthwhile. Can I pack this? No. Need to actually have the item be there. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. The moving box could end up being useful because you can get items that you can reroll, and then you can get like a secret room with a reroll machine. You place all the items in there, and then you suddenly have a build. Like it has a lot of potential if you get it reasonably early on. And this time we got it very early on sale, so it's like definitely not the worst thing in the world. But I need to deal with this room more carefully. There's a lot of nasty business. Those exploding spiders, just not a good time. But then the regular spiders are probably an even worse time at times. I'm not sure what I want to put in the moving box, and obviously that does depend on the run. And what kind of cool items that we can get to put in our moving box that I would consider rerollable. And also I'd have to get a reroll machine, which I'm not exactly looking forward to those odds either. But it might work out. It might work out. Hopefully it works out. I'd really like it to work out. This character's a nightmare. And occasionally you do have to face those nightmares, I suppose, but I just don't care for it. Decent amount of money to start this run off with, though. So that's good. We have 1 more charge of our moving box the moment we kill the boss, so that's nice as well. It is Little Horn, which is not the worst. If you could just run into the flames or into your own bomb. Are you serious? You actually destroyed both flames as your first attack. That's just very rude. That's a rare sight, actually. Usually it's either I'm gonna run into the flames or I'm gonna blow myself up, but it's never I'm gonna get the danger out of the room before we continue this fight. And I don't care for that. That's not what I want to see with this boss at all. There you go. There you go. Like safety pin, I don't care about safety pin because that just doesn't do anything for me. I also forgot to put a trinket in the boss room there because there was a trinket right there, but fair enough. Oh no. Again, this is just a lot of tiers to deal with in Basement 1, and I don't care for it. It makes me sad because it makes it scary. Depending on what is in the boss challenge room, I might just put everything in the moving box on this floor as well. Like that. I mean, it's a luck up. And I guess that's fine, but it's just not great. Watch out for the poops, who do not yet die in 1 hit because we haven't gotten a damage up yet. Jeez. Okay. Just having a little bit of a think. I mean, in terms of things that I would like to put in the moving box, that one's also up there, I suppose. I mean, there's options pretty good. Yeah, I can't really say no to that, unfortunately. So yeah, I guess we'll just put the brown nugget in there. I'm hoping that I can get enough charges in this floor. I'm not sure if there's a battery in the shop, actually. There is a luck up hill, so that's good. Because if the floor is too small, then I end up just losing everything, which is also not great. There's no battery here, so it is a bit of a risk. But simultaneously, I could just do the boss challenge room, and that's 2 more charges. I'm gonna touch this. And we're just gonna leave that alone. If I do the boss challenge room, that's 2 more charges, and with the boss, I only need 1 more room with enemies. So that's not like... Yeah, there you go. This is good enough. This'll do. It's a little bit of a scary room just because of all the flies, but fair enough. Please, please no. This is a pretty rough start as this character, though. I don't care for this. I could just reset, admittedly, but where's the fun in that? This also looks like a trinket that fits very nicely in my thing. Magician's pretty good. Not sure where I'd want to use this, but it's a decent card for defense at least. The Duke of Flies. That is not the boss you want to use a magician card on, because that just does nothing. But the bomb that we got in the previous room is appreciated. I will once again check out the Devil Deal. We'll see if I regret it one more time. God. That's okay. That's actually pretty good. It's party conjoined. It shoots flies. We got 5 extra coins from the flame. This is at least a speed up, I guess. And another luck up as well, so it's not the worst. We can put this in the boss room right here, so that's nice. And we need to do 1 more room. I forget what was even the item in my boss challenge room. I just remember being underwhelmed. At least the flies are going to be fairly helpful, so I appreciate that, but jeez. There you go. Is there a secret room underneath over here? Maybe. No, that's mean. The signs were pointing at it, but fair enough, I suppose. Bloop. Then I don't know where my secret room is. It could actually be above the boss challenge room. Yeah. There you go. For a lovely, not a reroll machine, no battery, but we did get our bombs back, so it's not the worst. We have 2 items in our moving box, so again, if we get a reroll machine in one of our secret rooms, I'm going to be very happy about it. We need to actually find our secret room again, of course, but it's not exactly impossible. An item room also can have a reroll machine, I suppose, as well. And the shop kind of is as well, but I don't think it rerolls those. So, I'm just gonna try this, because I think it would be nice. Oh. Oh. That's a battery. I mean, the odds are pretty high that it's actually right here. Yeah. That's a troll bomb. Are you serious? I thought I hit it, but it didn't seem to move. And then I accidentally opened a lock trying to pick up a coin. Maybe today is just not a Tainted Lost kind of day. The irritating thing is that I did a practice run today and I succeeded. I actually beat the beast. And yeah, unfortunately that was just not recorded. So, doesn't count because it's also in the wrong file, I suppose, for recording purposes. But, it's a little frustrating that we got such a good run not recording it. And now I'm basically getting a garbage pile of runs in a row where I'm really trying to make something work here, but the game's just like, you know what? No. Admittedly, the game has been giving me some good stuff for sure. Like, it's not been giving me terrible items, but it's not been giving me the kind of items that I need to get some lost progress. And that is just a little bit unfortunate. Also, I keep running into random nonsense, which I need to stop doing. I'd love, like, the wooden cross or something. A Holy Mantle would be nice, but I'm pretty sure you can't actually get the Holy Mantle on this character except with shenaniganry. Like, technically you can get it with spin down dice, technically you can get it as a different character and then use clicker. All those options are available. We still do not have a key. The only keys we found so far have been put into a chest and a lock. Because the game is just being a butthole. But we did get a key there, and we got a key here. The game listened to my cries of buttholeness. Sometimes you need that. 48-hour energy, fair enough. Another 48-hour energy. Shot speed down, not terrible. Alright, trying to think if I can use 48-hour energy somehow. I mean, admittedly, that's not bad. Not immediately good, but it's something. Also, this is 5 keys, which I'm actually a little tempted by, just because I don't have that many keys. I kind of could use some keys. The dice room is honestly a little tempting as well, just because there might be, that might be good. This is just garbage. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna have to actually check what is in that thing there. If the dice room is a 4, that'll be good. If it's a 1, I'm genuinely tempted at this stage. If it's a 6, I'm genuinely tempted for effectively the same reason as 4. If it's a 2, I don't really care. If it's a 3, I don't really care. I mean, I care a little bit. And then if it's a 5, I guess that's fine. At least it's an extra floor, and extra floors just kind of help with getting more stuff. There you go. That's a 1. It's genuinely very tempting, just because we don't have that much, but unfortunately, a lot of the items that we have are active items as well. That's just not great either. Okay. Having some thoughts. What my thoughts currently are is I can put things in a moving box. I can get an extra boss room item with there's options if I don't die during this boss fight, of course, and we get one of the worst peep champions, so that's good. Immediately the eyes are going at it the entire fight, so that's just great. At least we can hang out over here for the most part, and we'll be reasonably safe for the most part. As safe as you realistically can be, because all the tiers are just hitting rocks the entire time. I nearly ran into one of the tiers there. Okay. We get a devil deal. We get perfection. We get items. Arguably. I mean, I'll have to take this, really. It's just too good. I mean, it's kind of scary for sure, because we have to be pretty close to things. And that adds another layer of unfortunateness. Because it means that I don't really want to reroll as much. I don't want to reroll as much. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just take all of these things. Oh my god, this run is getting silly, but it's certainly putting a lot of items into a moving box, that's for sure. Alright, so then I use it here.
48 hours.
I put the battery in there, which I guess is not terrible. That's a small battery that's over there, isn't it? Yeah. I could do the... If I do the challenge room with this small battery, then I can drop all the items in there again. Then I drop the battery as well, and then I can put everything in there. So that's actually good. That's also just really nice. But like one reroll machine is going to be a game changer, I feel, in this run. I'd really like to have it. My god. I'm getting so many items in this moving box. I'm pretty much putting all my eggs in the basket of finding a reroll machine, but if I do find one, like look at how many items this is. It would actually genuinely be really good. Oh god. It's not exactly something you want to depend on, but if we get it, we can pretty much do whatever we want at that stage. For the most part, like given what you can get as this character, like it would be pretty good. Oh god. Admittedly, we need to not die, and with the knife I do feel a little bit more confident about that idea. That's not bad. There's a decent chance Evil Eye just does nothing from this stage, unfortunately, but fair enough. I nearly died there. Genuinely did. Genuinely that went pretty rough, but yeah, fair enough. I'd love to get another holy card. Once again, I am still looking for that card deck, for instance. That would be lovely. But unfortunately, that has not been in the cards so far. We're getting decent money every single run at least, so that's nice, but it's only so nice as you can make it at the end of the day. If I use the moving box and I can get the sharp key to only spend one key on that thing right there, and that's nice. Yeah. No reroll machine in there, unfortunately. Would have been neat. That also works. That is also a pretty good way of just entering this room without spending any keys. 3 golden chests. With a bunch of nothing. There is no real way, to my knowledge, that I can guarantee a reroll machine, unfortunately, but it's... if I could think of one. I mean, I think there's a card unlock, which drops a reroll machine in the room, but I don't remember which one it is and if I've done it already. There's a decent chance that I haven't unlocked that yet, and I also... It's one of the, like, reverse cards. That would be really good, but it's a rare one, I'm sure, if you can even find it, so... Yeah. It is what it is. The flies are actually one-shotting these enemies. That's surprising. I'm just gonna get this. Oh no. Yeah, I mean, my damage is good. Damage is not the problem here. For boss rush, this also wouldn't be like too terrible. But I don't think we're gonna reach boss rush unless we get another Mama Mega. Given the situation here. Oh no. There we go. That was very close, but it worked. Also just desperately looking for those holy cards, and they are just not showing up. It's worrying me. This character's supposed to have higher chance of seeing a holy card, but we're not even seeing cards. Jesus. This is such a frustrating character for sure. I'm gonna have a small glass of water and then we're gonna continue this. Alright, I think that will be attempt number 5 or 6. I'm not 100% sure at this stage. It's all good. We had a little bit of water. And sometimes that's all you need to refresh the mind, get some glitter bombs. At least this sort of means we're gonna get some consumables. That's kinda okay, I guess. We can more easily get into our secret rooms with 5 bombs, so that's good. I think there's a secret room right here, so that's also quite neat. It's something. Technically, we could get a holy card out of this. Not exactly the best odds in the world for sure, but I think I can make this work. There you go. Don't even need glitter bombs. All we need is just some good times, and there you go. Get that. Get that. We got our bombs back thanks to the glitter bombs. We got 5 more coins for our troubles. And we have an amount of money in bombs. Actually a decent amount of bombs right now, so fair enough, I suppose. We can use a bomb against the boss if needed. That might end up being useful. We get a nice and big room filled to the brim with not that many enemies actually, so that's also quite nice. There you go. Almost all the actual scary enemies are gone. Let's see if we get something good today. I'm a little tempted to go for angel rooms, just because I feel like the devil deals are not panning out so far. They've been okay here and there, but for the most part, it has not really been working out that well. Red stew's tempting, but it just puts me in a rush that I don't want to be in. I'm actually more interested in that red card. Because I think it has more potential of being good. So we're just gonna go with that and leave. Could have blown up the donation machine for a little bit more money for sure as well, but not really too bothered about it either way. The 2 of spades is kind of nice because it allows us some options as well, so that's nice. I'm just gonna bomb this. And we get a key for our troubles. Sometimes you just don't want to do a room, and occasionally you have the option to say no. And I do like those options when they present themselves. There you go. And did you see that purple champion tier just go right towards me there? It's very rude. I do not like it. Black heart. Alright, well, as far as starts go, this is very much a start of a character. Certainly maybe not this character, but it certainly is a start that we're playing with right now, and that is what we're going for. Very cool. A range up, 5 bombs, and occasionally we get some extra consumables. We do have a lot of keys, so we do have that going for us. Not sure when I want to use this 2 of spades just yet. There is a boss challenge room over there with tier 8, which is genuinely tempting. Did I forget about Fool's Gold on the previous floor? Because I had coins in mind I could pick up. I think I'm thinking of the donation machine that could have blown up. And I was thinking, like, if I find a trinket that allows me to pick these up and also get consumables, I might just wait for that, but then I kind of just forgot about it. This is pretty good. That at least should give us enough money to do the run with, so that's nice. Really? Not over there. Fair enough, I suppose, but just surprised. Oh no. God no. I don't have the damage for this yet. But we managed to hurt at least most of them in a good way. There's just one that's sort of trailing off, but that worked out. Not a nice room. Oh my god, and then there's one one extra spider that just did not want it. Did all the dance moves he could to survive, but unfortunately for that little spider it was not quite enough. But it was quite the dance. Very impressive visual spectacle for sure. Where is my secret room? There it is. Oh my god, can we stop getting these tiny spider rooms though, because they unnerve me to no end. They are so worrying. Let's actually see if it is actually over there. That's maybe a super secret room at least. Probably not a regular secret room judging from how far away it is from anything, but who knows, maybe a super secret room is just what we need. 5 keys, we could turn that into 10, which would be okay. Ah, please just give me something I can use. I would appreciate it. There we go. I can use a bomb for this. I'm not sure if it's smart because my bomb count is getting pretty low. But then we get a golden key and all my troubles are gone. Means we can safely go in here and take this. And take that. Happy I didn't worry about that immediately. I definitely want to get that tier 8. I think that's 100% worthwhile. I want to get this card against humanity because I think that's going to be incredibly useful for consumables. And I want to get Lil Chubby because he's a pal. I would happily reroll this entire build. This is just nothing. But that's fine. It means that we got some items out of the item pool in terms of things that we can get. I guess that's a trinket. In terms of finding crawl spaces, now that this thing actually works again, it's alright, I suppose. That's okay. That makes the devil deal a lot more tempting again, because it could be really, really good. I'm gonna just use this. We're gonna take this to the next floor, probably, provided we survive, of course. And we're gonna take this. Oh no. That's one of my least favorite bosses in the basement. Because they drop so much poop everywhere. And I mean the enemy poops, not like that nonsense right there. Okay. A little bit closer than I would have liked. But they spawn so many enemies in a fairly chaotic manner, and I don't care for it. Ragman as well. There was a time where Ragman was the scariest boss in the game, and honestly, that fear still sits with me sometimes. And today is one of those days, but we did it. I mean, this could technically activate as a missing poster, and I think that's ultimately going to be more useful than whatever the other trinket can do. Even if we find a crawl space, they are not always amazing. But if they are, yeah, then you do get that. If you get a black market with this character, it's also just so good. So arguably a crawl space finding machine is actually really, really strong, but also it requires me to look at rocks, and yeah, I'm not much of a looker. I'm not one of those people that looks. I'm just gonna take this. That's not what I want as this character, because it creates black holes, and those black holes make enemies fly all over the room. And that's not what I want. That's an Excel floor. At least that means we're gonna get pretty much guaranteed Angel Room or Devil Deal on the next floor, so that's good, but our odds for this floor in particular are not looking swell. So that's not great. I don't know why diagonal tiers are such a problem for me, but they really are. They noticeably are so much worse than non-diagonal tiers for me for some reason, and I wish I could explain why. Because if I could, then maybe I could do something about it. But for some reason, every time a tier is diagonal, it just messes me up. It's a mess is what it is. Don't like this. I think it was only one though, so that's good. No secret room, that's unfortunate. Because it really did look like there could be one. At least little Chubby's doing his best, I suppose, so that's nice. That's okay. That's actually alright. That can clear a room. Yeah, don't mind that. Hopefully that'll help. Like, look at that. That's lovely. That's a good item. I appreciate this item a lot. I also am a little tempted by that trinket. Also, I need to leave something actually behind in the boss room at some point, I suppose. Don't think that's a terrible idea. 2 of diamonds. We will come back for that. 'Cause that's amazing. Like, look at this suddenly. Suddenly all the rooms are just dying instantly, and that's just... certainly makes life a lot easier, don't it? Maybe. Admittedly, when all the enemies suddenly explode into multiple enemies, it does get a little bit scary at times, but... yeah. If we just ignore that, there's the evil eye again. Good. Needed more of those. Maybe this time we can actually use it. That's, would be kind of a surprise. It rarely... I don't know what this item is really for. Like, what does it properly synergize with? I really don't know. I think I'm gonna blow up my donation machine. Then use the card against humanity, then use the 2 diamonds is my plan right now. It's a shame we're not getting big rooms. Just 0 of them. Not even like a medium-sized room, it's all just tiny rooms. That is just not where this card shines, unfortunately. There we go. Okay, that makes things a little bit more interesting, because now we can get a large quantity of consumables, hopefully. We'll go there in a second. Just give me a moment. Bad idea. Also a bad idea. Okay, that's not bad actually. I don't mind that. So now we have the theoretical missing poster in our system. We know what the gulp pill is, so that's just really nice. I'm gonna try to specifically look for a poop trinket before destroying the rest, but if not, fair enough. We did get a luck up, so that's okay. We can also just grab perfection now as well, which is kind of nice. Come on, poop trinket. With so many poops. Surely you believe. I don't know if we've actually seen a poop trinket yet. And I just dropped it. That seems like a very me thing to do. Never mind. There we go. Now we're getting some money. Look at that. That's just wonderful. We don't actually need to use the 2 diamonds at this rate. I mean, I kind of want to get there's options because it'll give us options. But other than that... yeah, I guess I might still use the 2 diamonds after that, but it's not going to be as useful. Am I going to use the 2 diamonds after that? Maybe I'll just hold it. Do I really have a reason not to just hold on to it? I don't think I have a reason not to just hold on to it. I think that's probably the better call. So let's just do that. I also wouldn't mind finding my super secret room, but if I don't, that's okay. Because this floor is rather large. An XL floor makes it weird with secret rooms. I also need to find my regular secret room. I just realized I kind of forgot about it. I tried this wall, I'm fairly sure. I'm gonna try it again though. Sometimes you just gotta be 100% sure. It might actually be here. No? That limits options at least, so that's good. Is it here? I feel like I would have blown up a shopkeeper already, but maybe I didn't. How strange. There's the best trinket in the game. I nearly walked into those spiked rocks trying to pick up a coin. That would have... It might have actually made me yell. That would have been fairly irritating for sure. We're gonna have enough keys at the end of this run at least, so that's good. Come on. Am I really gonna use all my bombs? Probably not. One more though. No. That wasn't worth the time and effort at all. One could argue that was just a massive waste of bombs. Oh well. What can you do? Tier 8. I mean, movement speed would probably be the better choice at this rate, but... I like me some tier 8. The best offense is being able to shoot real quick, as the famous saying goes. I'm liking these particular layouts for this boss at least, because it makes the jumping attack a little bit less frustrating to deal with. Yeah, fair enough. I can't exactly say no to this, that's the problem. I mean, it's... Consolation prize might have been similar, if not the same. Also, Diplopia there would have actually been good. Oh well. I'm kind of just hoping that this is going to pay out in my Devil Deal Ranger room. Which it might. So I'm hoping for that. That would be lovely. I'm hoping to not find greed in my shop. We have a 100% chance of an Angel Room or Devil Deal this floor because we didn't get one on the previous one. And it was an XL floor. So at least we got that, but it's not great because it's just a lower amount of odds of the door opening, I suppose, in total, because you just get less chances. It just sucks. It's just smelly, stinky nonsense is what it is. Oh, I did specifically say I was hoping not for this to happen. Because I have a lot of money. I don't even need to play around with the golden coin because I'm at 99. Sometimes this game is just a little rude, and I do not care for it. Sure. The one thing I needed was twice as many keys as I was already holding, because clearly I'm running low. If this was, if we had the glyph of balance, it probably would have ended the same way. It would be like, yeah, you need more keys. So, in a way, thanks, game. That's cool. I wasn't actually sure where that was, so that works out. That's a reroll machine. That would have been good the last run, where I had 100 items in my moving box. God, it's rare that the moving box play works out, and you want to find a room like this because it would have changed everything. I'm also getting pretty sick of this room right here. I've seen it exactly twice today, and I'm sick of it already. It's just too many monsters. Because I somehow never have a really great build for it. Like, this clearly worked, but it's still not exactly making me feel good, you know? That's good. I was mostly hoping for a holy card, but I guess that's at least a little bit of protection. I mean, with 44 keys, I might... Why am I even giving that a thought? 44 keys, should I? Should I spend one key on this golden chest? It's tough to say. Tough to say. And then we just only get golden keys and regular keys from everything we open as well. It's just difficult choices all around. I don't know how to make these choices. I would like to find my item room, please. I was thinking that, and then I started saying it, and the room was already visible by the time I started speaking. That's just the way it is sometimes, you know? Oop. Very good. I mean, I might as well explore that last remaining room over there, I guess. And maybe we can make something work that way. I think I'm going to play this, actually. I'm going with the assumption that I'm not going to go for boss rush this run. And instead, I would like to find a holy card in this machine. Of which the odds are okay. Kind of. A lot of good trinkets as well. With this amount of money, this machine does become a lot more tempting for sure. Plus we could get a thing. What is it called? It is one of those things. It is a not the light bulb, but it's nice that it's there, I suppose. A crystal ball. There we go, we did it. Did you know that the Lost has, or Tainted Lost has increased chances of finding a holy card? So if you get a card drop, it's at least an okay chance of getting a holy card, as you can see right here, now that we have 5 cards laying in front of us. And they are all just sort of stuff. I'm not sure if I can avoid... I'm gonna blow these up. Those flames worry me if I do get a troll bomb from this machine, because it would actually be a little bit of a problem. Because I want to avoid to the top right, but I'm pretty sure I would have ran right into that blue flame. This is actually kind of ridiculous, though. Like, I understand that the odds aren't that great, like, in terms of what you're gonna get in terms of cards. You're still gonna get a lot of other cards, but seeing so many non-holy cards next to each other from this machine and almost having spent 100 coins on this already, it just makes me feel a little unhappy about the whole situation. I'm a little tempted by the light bulb, because then I might use Diplopia regardless in the Angel Room or Devil Deal. Take the box of spiders, never use it, use the trinket for some stat ups. Like, it wouldn't be the weirdest choice. My luck isn't doing that much for me right now. If I had some kind of luck item, that would be nice. I mean, we're getting probably more chests and things because of it, which is nice because we have so many keys to spend. But that's about it. Am I genuinely going to go to 0 coins on this one machine and not get a holy card? Because I'm going to be a little annoyed. I don't know what other cards are over here right now. I just can tell that they're not holy. That's a per throw, I guess I'll accept it as well. Yara could be okay. I'm happy that that explosion doesn't kill you. Because I was a little concerned when I saw it blow up like that. Alright, what we got? We got... Lovers, Hermits, Justice. Justice. Dropped it all in the same spots. Cool. Lovers. Let's just drop those here as well. Hermits. Hermit again. Death. Hanged Man. High... Jesus. And Degas. Alright. Cool. Very impressive. Oh, that was definitely worth the time. I mean, we got a Degas rune, I guess, and Degas can get rid of a curse. So that's cool, I suppose. You could argue that it's not technically nothing. But you'd have to be a pretty good lawyer. Oh my god. I'm actually very annoyed about that. Because I felt that going wrong in my hands. It was very irritating. At least we got some holes we can hide over for this boss's constant. Oh my god. It's just not working today. It's one of those days where the game just doesn't want to be nice. We're getting really bad bosses, we're getting really bad builds in general. And we're getting 0 holy cards. Attempt 7 or whatever, but this character, in the description it's like, oh, you don't get a holy mantle, but you get some better items to drop. And technically that's true, because it automatically rerolls items of a certain quality, and then I think if the item quality is like 2 or whatever, there's like a chance that it's going to reroll them. So you end up with items with a really high item quality, and that does include a lot of tier 8 usually, because most of the tier 8 item are like a item quality 3 and stuff like that, which is kind of nice. You don't get health ups, which you don't need as this character, so that's obviously very nice as well. But unfortunately, certain items don't show up, like the dead cat. I think if we had gotten 1 dead cat, we'd already be done with this run. So unfortunately, that one doesn't show up as this character. The Holy Mantle doesn't show up. The Wooden Cross can show up, so it's kind of a shame that we have yet to see that today, but it would be nice if it did. But there's a large quantity of items that just do not exist as this character. Some not so great because you can't really use them, but also some which I would really not mind if they decided to just give. Because as it stands, this character is just a little tricky. And I wouldn't mind having a slightly easier time with it. Nancy Bombs, I do like my randomness with this character. Trinket Space is okay, actually. Like, to the point that I'm actually just gonna do this. And just take all the money, take that. I'll take that for free shops. I'll take this trinket just because I want to put it in my boss room. Plus, technically, you can get more consumables this way. I think that's like the idea, that you get more champions, and those champions might be champions that drop a key or a bomb upon death, and that's why the trinket could arguably be seen as okay. Unfortunately, champions are tough. Also, I just got hit on basement 1. So, there is a chance that this might not be the run, but yeah. Ay. We'll see. It's a ghost bomb. We haven't actually unlocked those yet, so it's exciting to see those at times. We're just gonna see if we can make this work somehow. Unfortunately, there was a grand total of 0 pills in those mushrooms. So, unfortunately, there is nothing that can be done with any of that. But who knows? Maybe the boss. Ah, look, it's a little plum. I actually don't mind if I die right now. I'm okay with it. I've made my peace with it. It's not to be. Should I just, you know what? Let's try something here. Let's just see if maybe we can make this work. I've already lost my holy card. You know what? Let's just play this a little bit more dangerously in general. Maybe this is the way to go. You get an extra boss item if you kill the boss twice, you know, in the mirror dimension, so that could be worthwhile. Obviously, we're going to have a little bit more difficult rooms to deal with, but perhaps these more difficult times will give us what we need. Also, definitely forgot to put that trinket in the room. Oh, this is looking good. This is the kind of room where people die. Oh yeah, that's good. That's exactly what you want to see. It's actually going surprisingly okay. I don't care for this. I'm a little tempted by that golden pill, especially if we can find like a lucky foot or something, but I think I'll just carry it around. If we get like PhD, then I think you pretty much counteract all the negative effects. If I just use it a whole bunch now, my speed is just going to be lowered to like 0 or something like that, and it just makes it run undoable. But I don't know. It could be pretty good. That's a lot of money. And there was something in my shop that I wanted. Like you. So that's at least something. What was the card that was in this room? Hierophant? Good in any other situation, almost. With most characters, that would be just a sight to behold. As it stands, unfortunately not. With the glowing hourglass, though, I can go into item rooms and then just leave them afterwards. If they are not at least kind of okay, and then we'll still retain that planetarium chance, so that's lovely. I think they changed the thing where your planetarium chance would just go to negative amounts if you did things weird. It's not even that terrible. Oh, that's definitely not bad either. I'm just... Oh god, that was worrying. Let's just take our time here. There's nothing to be concerned about. I guess I can just open these chests, and if they're both bad, then that's a lot of money. But I also have no keys. I don't know. And there is just a constant longing for death as this character, so I can start a run where I have a holy card again, but that shouldn't be the motivation to just die. Let's just move on. I wonder if there's a key in my shop, I might actually get that. I'm drowsy, that's actually really good to have as well. In your pill pool. Go. Whatever card that is. I mean, if it's justice, it's good. If it's anything else, I'm not really that interested compared to the potential of the golden pill. I'm actually just gonna blow this up for later purposes, I think. Oh no, this is not the cool room. Oh no, get me out of that room. That was very scary. I didn't like that at all. I don't like this much either, actually. I'm surprised that none of that hit me, but I'll take that. I will happily accept that as the game has decided me to live. Maybe if we just get enough of that happening. If the game just decides frequently enough that I deserve to live, then, you know, we win. So, yeah. That's gonna be the strat from now on. We just hope. Wormwood. Great. Are you serious? I actually would have expected, especially with the flame damage there, that would have been enough, but no. Fair enough, I suppose. I'm just a little disappointed. Attempt number 6 or whatever. Would have at least liked to check out that devil deal. God, that's a silly way to die. But that's the way it is. The unfortunate thing about doing a whole bunch of runs in a row as well is that your runs inevitably will go worse the further you go along. So at some point, I'm gonna just need to accept my losses and just stop. But it's so tempting to always just keep playing another run in this game is the problem. To die to Wormwood, though, that's annoying. Especially when he was almost dead already to a bomb, but then decided, you know what, no. Because I'm pretty sure, when I've dealt that much damage to him in the past, he would have died. But maybe the flames ended up dealing so much damage that he got to that point where he's like almost invulnerable. And then the bomb didn't end up doing enough damage to him in the end there. That's a frustrating way to die, though. I just don't respect Wormwood. I don't respect him as a boss. He's just not that difficult in most days. Especially if you use a bomb, then usually he's already dead by the time the fight starts. So it's like, I'm gonna try this again. I want both of these, honestly, but Dreamcatcher is a powerhouse. I'm gonna just get the blue map first, though, and hope that we can get enough out of our secret rooms, because blue maps are also just really nice to have. Being able to know where your secret rooms are just saves so many bombs. Especially in Excel floors where, as you saw, I can just spend 100. Well, I say as you saw, I don't know how much of this is gonna make it into the video. At some point you just have to say, hey, I did 8 runs as Tainted Lost. I lost all of them, so here's maybe a video on Saturday or something where you see what the actual Tainted Lost experience is and why I put him off so much. Because he's very, very difficult. He is very, very tricksy. He dies to everything, and it's very difficult to make any progress as this character. Because of that difficulty, look at this cool room. Didn't even get a key from that champion. Tempted to blow him up, actually, but should probably check out the secret room first. It did not. So it might still be a good thing if this red chest is good. Yeah. 3 flies. It's fine. It's good. It's okay. I think I'm still just gonna go into my item room, but at least if we can get Dreamcatcher, that would be so nice. I mean, that obviously helps. We need 1 more coin. There is plenty of flames to destroy. That's a game-breaking bug, which could turn consumables into coins. Or we could just get one. Actually, don't hit the game-breaking bug if we're like desperate for consumables either, so might actually work out, I suppose. But getting the Dreamcatcher does make life more interesting for sure. That is a pretty nice thing to get if we can keep it. We know where our secret rooms are, we know what's going to be in our item rooms, plus if we don't like what's in the item room we can just leave it and it'll be something else in the Ascent. I don't know if they fixed that actually. They might have. I'm not sure, I've not fully checked that one out. Specifically. I don't really have the build to deal with this boss actually, if he starts being nasty, because he can just spawn a whole bunch of spiders and ruin your day. So hopefully he doesn't. So far he's being nice. If you could just do this forever, that would be ideal. Nope. Genuinely want to stop attacking him every time he does the dash because it's the quick one. And it worries me a bit in terms of if he suddenly bounces to a random location. That's a poop trinket. It's a little tempting to leave the poop trinket here just so we have a thing to work with. A trinket on basement 1, it's just a really nice thing to have. But nah. I will just take the regular path this time because I still have the holy card effect and I feel a little bit more confident with this. That's a baby. I might check out the devil deal, and if there is another follower in there I might go for the item room just to try and get conjoined and maybe we can make something happen with that. That would be rather nice. There's a bone heart, which we can turn into something else. Because that is almost certainly never going to be useful. I'd be very surprised if it did. We can also turn enemies into different things, but I feel like that's just always a terrible choice. Just because the other things you get feel like they're always stronger. They feel like they're always from like a different floor and they're always like slightly further into the run. And I do not care for it. So we probably won't make too much use of that. Very good. We got 6 keys. Might as well check it out. That is something that's 2 things I really want actually. Oh, I really want to have both of those. But if I can just get the card deck, I'd honestly be pretty happy because that is such... I mean, you're still not guaranteed holy cards, but at least the odds are so much better. Devil card, not bad. Oh god. Don't really have the tier 8 for these rooms yet. Eye drops at least have a little bit of extra damage going on, but ugh. So we already blew up our donation machine, which is not too great because I wouldn't have minded to do it on this floor now. Now instead we just get nothing. Alright. Let's go to the item room first. Alright, let's go to the super secret room and the secret room first actually, because they're right here. Okay, that's... I mean, the blood donation machine might be worth blowing up at least. So is this one, I suppose. The other one has a little rotten beggar next to him, but ultimately that's not going to change my life too much. Placebo. Especially with PhD, this placebo is fairly amazing for getting your stats nice and high. But then there's the other... Oh, right. Someone forgot to check the map properly. It was me. Oh well. Yeah, tempted. Tempted by placebo. I can't just get it, obviously. But if the choice is between placebo and card deck, I'm gonna pick the card deck as this character. It's just gonna be better, I think. There's no way we're gonna get 13 more coins, probably, unless we get like 2 of diamonds or something like that and something amazing, but unlikely. Nope. Wheel of Fortune. Could be interesting if we get one more bomb, because then we can at least blow up a couple of machines in one go, and that would be pretty good. There we go. Don't like champions. Don't like these enemies. Don't like any of this. Wouldn't care for it. Also, this just gives you a higher chance of like teleportation items, and that could be really good for going into curse rooms and things. So that's just really nice. Getting a bunch of jumping enemies in a room filled with flames, always a good time, but at least he's being weird about it. A key. I guess I was still looking for a bomb rather than a key, so I'm not sure why I picked it up, but don't worry about it. That's a coin. Give me just like 10 coins, that would just be lovely. Nah. I might use the devil card on this boss at least, because I think that might be worthwhile. Since we're probably going to replace this devil card soon anyway with this card deck that we have. Even against this boss, don't hate it. Even if he does decide to just run into a flame or whatever. Sometimes he doesn't, and then I get spooked. Sometimes he doesn't blow himself up, and again, then I get spooked. Especially when his little ball suddenly flies slightly downwards in a way I don't expect. I'm gonna keep trying this. I don't know if it's worthwhile ever, but... controllable tears of Guppy's tail. I don't really like controllable tears. I mean, it clearly worked previously. But I'm hoping that my key count will compensate for it. That's 5 bombs. That's... It's a terrible boss is what that is, but fair enough. That's a big chest. Did say I just had a lot of keys. I'm just going to spend all of them in this one chest and get nothing. Really didn't expect all of them. I thought there would be like a limit on like 5 keys. So I tried 6, obviously, and then, yeah, it didn't work out. Now I don't have any use for my Guppy's tail. Can I do this? Yeah, I can. That's a pretty good deal, actually. Full card, that's not bad. We did get a speed up already, so I'm actually going to take this. It is a pretty significant damage, really. Ooh, okay. That's a second Guppy piece. Get Diplopia in our shop, then I probably want to go back for that, because that's a full Guppy transformation at that point. It's weird to take card deck over Guppy's head. But it is what it is right now. Alright, so I'm probably going to skip the item room on this floor. I'd like to use these friends to blow open this door. There we go. Saves me 2 bombs, don't mind that. This one is gonna lead downstairs because of the pee on the bed. We did not get PhD. And it might not matter.
Feels like I'm walking on sunshine. Full health.
It's decent. It's a decent pill pool, all things considered. Don't hate that. Don't hate that at all. We have a speed up, and that's actually really nice because we did get that speed on just now. So being able to just remove that instantly is just very cool. Chariot card, that's not too bad either because it allows us to go back into our curse room. Because we can just leave with the chariot card afterwards, so that's really nice. Having this pill is the same reason, really, so just pretty good stuff all around. Baby Bender, I mean, might be better than what I currently have, actually. Maybe. It's a big maybe. Let's first check out our shop, though. Whoop. Careful now. I need to actually have a key, I suppose, for the various rooms we still need to... I mean, I don't need to go into my item room, so that's good at least. Unless I really want to have some more bombs, I guess. What I'm going to do is just do this again. That seemed to work out pretty well last time. I think that might just be the play here with all these golden chests. Not a bad deal. Battery's tempting. Trinket space, again, is also tempting, actually. But I cannot actually afford either of them right now. I really hope we can get like Guppy's Paw or something like that, or Hairball. Finish that Guppy transformation, and then maybe get some tier 8. Because then at least we have like a decent chance for sure. Nope. I'm gonna buy the key, and I'm gonna try the golden chest again. The big old chest that's waiting for us there, because I really want it to work. It is a big chest, and there can be 2 items in there. There you go. That's a different way for you to get 5 bombs. Also, this baby's actually pretty good. Also, it's part of conjoined, interestingly enough, which I never sure of, but yeah, that one drops pills and my pill pool's okay, so it could actually be okay. Full card. It's probably worse than Chariot, I would wager. Not in all instances for sure, but this particular instance, I probably want to have Chariot more. Is that true? Don't really know if I'm being honest. Kinda do like teleportation. Let's just go. I have not yet blown up a shopkeeper. I do not recall if the one in the secret room, if it existed, had coins in his eyes. Also, I'm not sure why I didn't really actively try to go for glowing hourglass, because that's obviously also just a really nice safety measure, but not quite what I want. Where did... No, there is a hole here. I just missed it. Never mind. There was a part of me that was like, maybe I'll get 50% off. Technically a chance. I'm just gonna take this with me. Oh, right, yeah. I should have taken a chariot card, right. That would not have been a bad idea. Oh well. We'll see if this works out. Just look for the shadows. And then you'll be okay. There you go. But it is a boss that requires so much focus on my side that I do not care for it. Alright. Yeah. Shame. Would have liked more trinkets, but fair enough. That's wide shot, which doesn't really help me that much. I already have spectral tears, and the size of the tears is fairly irrelevant, I would say. So we're just gonna leave that one alone as well. Hopefully that turns into something better during the ascent. But not great. We did get some money there though, so we can at least check out our shop again. Hopefully not a greed, but I should probably go into my secret room first, I suppose. Although then again, secret room items are also just really good, and I already got the card making thing, which is the main thing I wanted. At this point, like, being able to carry more cards is also just really nice. Yeah. Sure, we can get a key somewhere in here. Stars, nope. No, maybe. Alright, that's pretty good. Range up, nice. Not nothing. There's the great relax pill. Yeah, it is what it is. It certainly is a pill that I have unlocked recently, and I'm very happy that I did. It certainly is what makes this run go. Yep, that I am convinced by that. I think everyone else believed that too. That's just the way it is. It's just a really good card, everyone. And with card, I of course mean pill. What tarot card would create a line of poops? I'm thinking about the real questions right now, because I think now is the time. I'll take that. I don't really have keys anymore, but I can use the secret room to get into my shop, so that's nice. This room kind of sucks, but fair enough. I want to get a teleportation item because I kind of want to steal that tears up, but if I can't get it, then I'm just going to do the fight because I really need tier 8. And I'm willing to fight a few caves bosses for it, I suppose. Usually should be okay. Just a champion remains, and genuinely I didn't even know there was a champion because I hadn't seen it yet. Alright, get a key back for my efforts, no worries. Watch out for the many flies, but other than that we're okay. Things are fine. There you go. It's a coin. Should probably blow up a shopkeeper. Magician card. Fair enough. There's greed. I did check out my secret room first. I cannot be faulted. I do regret this outcome, though. I do not care for it. It really does not make my life any easier. I mean, I could use the stars card to teleport out of the boss challenge room, and I really don't want to. I'd rather have that planetarium chance, I think. Especially given the fact that I don't really care about wide shot. It's just not that good on my current circumstances, so yeah. Speaking of not good for my current circumstances, this room, it is filled to the brims with enemies that explode into fairly random tiers, and that's just not great, but it's working out. We could fight the boss first. We still have a pretty large chunk of floor left, actually. Also, full cards are pretty decent during the ascent, because you can just skip a floor. Because full cards will just take you directly to the portal going upwards. Health up, cool. My goodness. That's better than a teleport card for sure. One thing that I also wouldn't mind is blank card, but that's a secret room item, and I have seen it exactly once in about every 100 million runs that I've been playing of this game lately, so it doesn't show up too frequently anymore. And I have genuinely counted the runs. That would be nice. Ah, turn that into half art. Easy. Okay, let's... Tears up, very good. Any unknown pill from this point I'm just not going to take because I don't think it's worth it. Because we have found speed up and we have found tears up, and that's really the main two that I want. So we're just going to leave. Don't mind it. We know the important ones, and that is good. I'm going to hold on to the stars card for a moment here. I'm going to do that boss challenge room for a little bit more tier 8, because I think that is going to pay out. If I don't need it, then I can just get that holy card and we'll be on our way. Oh god. Don't care for that. It's just not the room for it. The little barrels in the corner. Probably should have destroyed the barrels. I was hoping I could maybe use the barrels against the bosses. No. Be nice. There you go. We do get some extra charges this way for our card machine, so that's also just quite nice. Because we can still get some pretty good cards. We can still get like 2 of diamonds or something like that. Maybe some 2 of spades. That would just be neat. Right? Forgot about Rag Mega though. So we're just gonna bomb that. Very annoyed. Oh my god. Alright, homing bombs. Alright, perfect fight. Very well played, very happy about how that went. That's very strong. World card. Yeah, I mean, I kind of have to. This is conjoined. This is, it's just really good. It's just really, really strong. So I kind of do have to go for that. Don't mind it. D100. Absolutely not. 100% not worthwhile. Curse of the Unknown. That's surprisingly rude, actually, now that you can actually see your Holy Mantle in the health bar. So it's a little bit annoying, but definitely not the worst thing that, in terms of curses. Because we are also just glowing, so it doesn't really matter too much. Are you serious, though? That is just rude. I'm running out of shops. At least we're getting every speed up pill in the world, so at least we got that going for us. I should also be using those pills in a room, because that gas effect happens every time because of that baby that we have. I kind of just forget. I kind of forget that that's pretty much just a room clearing item that we have there. I should have gone to the secret room first. I mean, it wouldn't have guaranteed anything, but yeah. Safety scissors is very tempting, since once again we don't have any luck items available right now. So it does make it a little bit more interesting for sure. Oh no, ooh, that was spooky. I don't really need keys for anything else on this floor anymore, so I'm just gonna do that. Full card. That means we're going to the curse room. It is not great. One makes you small. We're maxed out on money. That's just bad. Maybe not. I just want that last guppy piece. You know, it would really make the build come together. Also, that trinket's also really good. I kind of want it real bad. Does this just turn into a different heart every time, actually? No. Relax. Like, that's pretty good. I should probably be doing that more often. Especially for, like, big rooms. But I forget. And it's okay, because right now we have a build that at least kind of works. Sun, I'll actually take that. I was planning on using it in that big room, and then I saw what that room was. Plus we got a speed up pill for our troubles, so let's do that. Very nice. Emperor. Not terrible, but not as good as a holy card. Come on. There's no way we can reach boss rush in time. We can see 2 more shops at least, so that's good. One on the next floor and one in the last floor before the ascent. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Not great secret rooms. Not really super excited by any of that. Also, if we can get like a little more card space, then we can get a cracked key, and then we can have a holy card and a revive at the end of the day. Turn that into a golden chest from a golden chest. Very cool. Also, wouldn't mind like piercing shots or something like that. It would really make my build a lot more powerful, I think. I don't need to pick up money. There we go. 2 bombs. Yeah, I'm just gonna go like this. I don't really want to use my card maker at present. I'm hoping most of these enemies that he's spawning are gonna die to the diagonal tiers, and so far that seems to be working out, and there you go. That's 5 more cards. Get out of jail. 2 of diamonds. 2? No, Joker. Alright. I'll take that. No! I guess Joker card is also one of the cards that we can actually get, which is kind of nice. Speaking of kind of nice, losing your holy mantle to Krampus because he shot diagonally. 2 of diamonds. Death. Get out of jail. 2 diamonds. 2 diamonds. Chariot. I think 2 diamonds is probably the better one out of all of these. I mean, if I was going for Mega Satan, which I don't want to do, then, okay, that's interesting. Just making sure I still have the right trinket, but that is an item that I want. I believe that was the flames, the ghost pep. And that is something that I need because that makes my build amazing. What is this room? God, there's so many enemies and then they all suddenly died to mysterious circumstances. I don't even know what caused that effect, but fair enough. Ordinarily, would be quite happy with that room with 4 soul hearts inside it. It's a difficult one. But as it stands, not that excited. I'm gonna leave that there for now. Nope. See if we can re-roll that, because I don't really need it compared to almost every other secret room item. They're almost all better than that one in my current situation, so don't really care too much. There you go. Key. Probably a skull hand. Yeah, man. Thanks to the little holes in the middle of the floor telling us what we can expect. That's nothing. Thought there were going to be hands again for some reason, but it wasn't even a laugh. I was just scared. 2 of spades. Maybe. We'll probably find some place to use a key, and then we can use that to get some of our key count back again at least. Yeah, there you go. I mean, I could theoretically make it a lot of keys, but quite frankly, all my keys are mysteriously disappearing into every chance that I have. It's a mystery for sure, and I cannot explain it myself, and I will not as a result. There we go. Another key. 3 keys in total. Look at that. We're practically rich. On keys specifically. Money-wise, obviously, we still have a ways to go, but key-wise, we have got it going on. There you go. That is lovely. That is quite the flames with the amount of luck that we have, so that is going to be fairly impressive. This is okay. Don't care about unidentified pills at all. We can burn every shopkeeper rather easily. And I should probably check out this place as well. Nope. That's called instant death, and I don't care for it. It causes me to be dead. Speaking of things I don't care for, this room in most situations. Oh, planetarium. I guess we did skip a couple. We had a 61% chance. The room is filled with flames. Get out of here.
Judgment.
It's not even a good judgment. It's the one that kills me when I touch it. All that trouble. And that's what you get in return. Don't even think about it. Get out of here. What a nasty room. Oh, those spike rocks stay cool. That's just swell. Fine. Please be nice, mother. Please, mother. Thank you. Yet another speed up. Actually maxed out on speed. Guaranteed not Krampus. I don't love 7 seals on this character because of war, but I mean, just don't have that much going on. I should probably take this as well. Kind of a scary time in this particular boss rush, but hopefully it'll be okay. Especially when stuff like that happens, but then this does sort of make it a little bit more relaxing if you get a boss that just kind of dies. Alright, well, I mean, this is the furthest we've gotten. So, arguably, that's pretty good. I am just a little concerned about it all. I mean, the flames that we have are really nice. The speed, movement speed, damage, all that stuff is pretty good. I have not quite the amount of holy cards that I want, which is more than 0. Could be interesting. Materia's okay right now, but it's tempting. But then again, with the bosses that you get here, maybe not as tempting. Devil card. I'm gonna leave this 2 of diamonds here for now and hope I remember it in case I need it, but I get the sensation that I might not need it anymore. Guess who just got hit by brimstone, though? Cool! It's fine. Just gonna try it. maybe somewhere in their mysterious ways they added the holy mantle to when you do that, but no. I had to know. That's friend finder. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not quite what I'm looking for. I'm looking for any defense. I'm just not getting that. I need some way to survive. Ooh, that got spooky real quick. Need the key as well. Stars card. I mean, okay. Okay, that's better. That's why you open every chest in the game, for just a little bit of hope. I'm gonna go for the curse room. I don't know if it's the right call, but it's the call I've made. Yeah. This one was a syringe, which doesn't help me as much. Because we're probably not going to find a third syringe. So I'm going to just go with this and hope it also works with flames. Probably doesn't, but it would be nice. Fair enough, fair enough. Unidentified pill. Gonna keep the devil card for now, because it seems nice. So, no. I'm not familiar with this room. Worked out, though. Chaos card. Does that work? Oh, no. I don't know if that works at all. It might work on Dogma, I guess, but I'm not sure if that works on the Beast. I would not be surprised that it doesn't. And I'm probably gonna get rid of it anyway. When we go up, because I think I'd rather have the defense than a chaos card, realistically. As long as I don't know if it works, and I'm not gonna use this character to test that out. That is just not the kind of shenanigans you want to be testing out on a character like this. Excuse me, how many is this? A million? I counted 1 million exactly, in fact, so yeah. Quite the clown car. I don't have a key. I can't go into my shop right now. That's not good. That is not good. Maybe there's a key in here. Nope. It's another holy card. I will actually take that over the chaos card as well. I think it's genuinely better. That little lack of knowledge in there is just enough to be worrying. Temperance machine. There we go. I mean, I probably shouldn't even bother, but maybe with bombs I can make this kind of okay. Yeah, that's okay. I'm actually just gonna remove a couple more because I'm scared. And I just moved it closer to the other spiky rock. And we just got our bombs back. I guess that's fine. Okay, maybe over here. Can we get one key, please? Please. There's a tears up pill. That's okay, I guess. I mean, there might be a bombs or a key pill or something like that at least, but can you imagine if I just walked into there? No questions asked, no comments, just end the run and move on. Wouldn't have been a good idea. Would have been pretty terrible, in fact, but yeah. It was one of the options. Yeah, we just don't have a key. I spent them all. I could maybe get one from the blood donation machine, but I probably should check it, I guess. I'm scared to wander through these halls. That's what you get. That's what you get when you're looking for bombs or key pill. In the pill pool you haven't explored yet. That thing could have probably exploded me as well. Nope. Unfortunate. Now, I picked up some cards and things. I know there's a holy card somewhere on this floor, but I can tell you now I don't know where, but there it is. That's good. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I have a realistic way of getting another key. I mean, there's this. Yeah, that stuff right there. Retrovision, lockdown, retrovision, just really good stuff all around. Yep, cannot think of a way. Unfortunate. Oh well. That's a shame for sure. That's fair enough.
It's gone. Just get over it.
At least we have some defense. We might be able to get some more good stuff in the remaining places. I will probably just keep using this card machine. Arrow walk. I mean, you could call it defense. I have gotten the item room item on this floor already. I do kind of want to have a charge available for the thing before I get into the dogma area. Come on. Because then technically I could get a cracked key and holy card combo, and that would just be really nice. I also don't actually remember if I ever dropped the trinket anywhere, but hopefully I did. I don't also remember which floors I went into my item room already. That's a poor choice. That would have been a good thing to remember. I already went in here, I see. Yeah. Pity. But we did get 8 tiers uphill, and I think that maxed out our tier 8 at 2 with this character, so that's fine. Ugh. Let's move on. We're fine, we're good.
He's self-destructive and disturbs just
Could
like
get 2
his
diamonds
father.
again. I guess Chariot's not too bad on these floors either, so I might just carry that around until I reach the portal. If there is a particularly difficult room, then I can at least use that on
We'll be fine without
survivability.
him. And not like he's abandoned
There
himself.
we go. Mom's bra. It's an item. I'm gonna see if I can get some more keys. It shouldn't be impossible. There you go. There is still a couple of item rooms remaining. I think it's just gonna be very worthwhile to be able to enter those for sure. I think at this rate though, I might just go onwards. Remember to get the holy card. I could technically see if I could get a perk throw to re-roll that thing, but not exactly guaranteed. Blow this up. Ooh. I was kind of hoping to just get anything, but that'll do, I guess. I like how the pill just fell down the ladder there. I don't think I've ever actually noticed that before. I guess it's because of the baby dropped it, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. I'm very worried. It's a good build. It's got okay defense going on. It's just not great defense. I mean, this obviously helps. I don't think this is a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea. I think I need my tier 8 more for the flames than that I need my tier 8 for the actual tiers that I'm shooting, so I think that's just bad. Please be nice. I'm probably gonna drop the magician card in front of the portal, and then I'll be able to just have that effect for the entire next floor. That would be kind of nice. And kind of nice would be pretty great. Yep. Don't know why I'm exploring all these floors. Oh, that's a tough one right there. Like, let's just read that again, because I haven't actually used this before, but it is just copies the effect of the most recently used pill card rune, so that's gonna be tricky to use properly, I think, but not impossible. No, it is, because yeah, that doesn't really work for me, I think. Alright, never mind, don't worry about it. Too much thinking required. Hopefully we don't lose our holy mantle on the next floor, or the one after that. Robo baby. Admittedly, I'm not sure. That's annoying. I'm not sure if it's worth to get the cracked key. I mean, the main thing is, it's going to be mainly useful if I get a holy card from my card machine after using the cracked key to get my inner child. So it might be good. It might be better than just having a holy card, because it would just be an extra layer of defense, but other than that, it's not immediately guaranteed good, of course. Also need to, I think I need to check on my keys again. I think there was an item room on this floor, in fact, which I haven't gone into yet, but I'm not 100% sure. That's good. And it's right on the path as well. This one we have already opened, so yeah. Low chances that that one was going to be unexplored. Damage-wise, we're good. Huh, that's a better chest. Game-breaking bug is actually pretty good with Guppy's tail, I'm realizing. This is not great. But at least these flames should block a lot of the tiers as well. So that's at least good. Yeah, that actually does make life a lot safer. Figured with the key recharging my item, I might as well just use it once. That's nothing. Don't think the magician upside down one is still active, but it would be nice if it was.
Where are you going?
It's a scary run. I'm gonna be happy if this one succeeds for sure. Yeah, let's just go. I must have gone into the first item room, and then I got the dream catcher. I'm pretty sure that's how this run went. I didn't... No, I did get the dream catcher, but I did just actually get a dream there rather than it skipping it. That's interesting. I guess I changed that. Alright. Inner child. It's an extra life. Stars card. That's nothing. That's a shame. Yes, mother. Speed down. Retrovision. I'm walking on sunshine. Could be okay. It's a little bit of extra damage. Kind of. Well, let's do this. We actually destroy those tiers? Wow. Flames are good. Unsurprisingly, I guess, but... yeah, they really are. Look at this. So much defense. We are gonna be quiet for this entire fight, I'm sorry. We have a lot of movement speeds, that's good. Makes this attack not so bad. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. One down, 100 left to go, but we're getting there. The health indicator is actually rather nice. Thank you, Spider Mod. Yeah, and these flames are just getting rid of so much of the danger in this fight. It's so nice. Plus it's just dealing a lot of damage as well, so that's also really good. Slowly but surely. I do feel like this character's builds are... the good ones often have flames in them. Not exclusively, but it sure does help a lot with perfection. I don't know what game-breaking bug is doing right now, but it's looking weird and distracting and I don't like it. It is just hanging out there in the lava for some reason. I don't want that there. Because I'm looking at it. And I do not really want to be looking at things other than things that could kill me. I don't know why all my babies are on the floor there. Fair enough, I suppose, but it's just not great. I'm probably gonna... I don't know when I want to use this pill. I'm only gonna get one more charge from my card deck, so there's no point in using it immediately. But it's something that I need to keep in mind for sure. There we go. Because there could technically be a holy card in there. Get in there. Real close. Cutting it real close. He is taking a lot of damage. Shit. That's not good. I'm gonna use it. Ace of clubs. Nope. Okay. Just a little bit more. Theoretically. If we can just get this over with quickly enough, then I'm not bothered. Oh, that's a nasty flame there as well. Oh, these flames are also close to the ground. Whoa. Really nasty. Please just go to the next phase. There you go. Very nice. Keeping a close eye on these stalactites. But I think we're good. Alright, easy. It only took 2.5 hours. Oh god, this character is a nightmare, but we did get some progress. That was really hard. Oh, and it was a build that was pretty wild. The amount of flames blocked so much there, and that really helped out in the long run. I really needed something like that. But it worked. I don't know if I'm just gonna show this entire run on YouTube or if I'm just gonna edit it partially and then maybe just do the failed attempt in a different video or something, but we'll see. Probably just gonna be one video if I'm being honest, but don't worry about it. That's the Lost. That's the Tainted Lost. And we have done one thing. 2 things now technically as this character, but the first time it went a lot smoother. The greedier mode went so much quicker than this did, but we did it in the end, and I'm happy that we did. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Next time we play, we'll be doing another one with a different character. And I hope to see y'all there. Bye bye.